Sit. This is Ruby, and in this video we're going to go over how you can use classical conditioning to train your dog to move away from the door instead of towards the door. Now right now, like most dogs, Ruby is trained to go to the door anytime she hears the sound at the door because that means excitement is happening. Somebody's going to come to the door. So I'm going to go over here or mess with the door, and you see she came right on over. So what I'm going to do is we need to, and I should ask the guardian off camera, what is the name that we're going to call that place? Reservations?
Sure.
You can change it to something else. Be called Hawaii or whatever you want. Is there a favorite place that you guys like to go to?
Yes, Hawaii. That's perfect.
Okay,
Let's go there.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show her I have a treat. I'm going to throw it over there. Now what I'm doing, Hawaii. Well, actually, I'm already moving a little bit faster than I normally would. So the first thing I would do is just this. I'm going to have a bunch of treats. I'm going to throw the treat there and say Hawaii. Basically the same thing I showed with the dog. Mm-hmm. Hawaii. So we want to start off the easiest version possible because there's no big excitement. There's nobody at the door. And we let her get it. We wait for her to walk away. I'm not going to give it to her now because I want her moving towards Hawaii. Mm-hmm. Hawaii. So you want to do this with about 10 treats and just keep on tossing them over there. Hawaii. And this would be, again, something for a little man to do, give him like, a certain amount of a reward for doing this. And do it when he's kneeling here, when he's kneeling there, when he's kneeling there. Kind of I don't want to have him always in the same spot. Okay. And so I do it with, I give him 5 treats, tear them in half, and do this like 3 times a day for a week. Okay. And so after a while, you should say Hawaii, and she just goes there on her own. Okay. Once you can say Hawaii, and she goes there on her own, Hawaii, and try to get it fitted right so it doesn't go backstage.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so now we've already created a positive association for her to move here to this location. But now we have to deal with the stimulus of the door. So I'm going to have you kind of go over there if you can a little bit. So now, whoops. Hawaii. Now you have an alarm system and there's the sound of the door. So what we want to do is we want to start, this is classical conditioning, so we want to eventually these sounds to mean to go there as well. So I come over here. Hawaii. Now first when I do this, I'm really, sometimes I'll throw it, but really what I want to do is I want to do the sound first and then have her go there.
So she associates like that doorbell sound with...
Yes, means go here and get a treat. Hawaii. Hawaii. Now we're doing this with only me inside. We don't have an actual guest here. Now, I talked earlier about the Roman blinds, which is the bottom part. Uh-huh. I would do this door and all these windows as well, so she can't get a view out, because otherwise she'll see people coming. Uh-huh. So I close the door again. Hawaii. Now, this is basically the same thing as Pavlov's dog in classical conditioning. Mm-hmm. So what we want to do is the sound is a precursor, and the sound means if I go here, I'm going to get a treat. So again, the first stage is just toss the treats here, independent of anybody moving around the door, and nobody eating, no extra distractions, to make it easy where we can say Hawaii and she goes there. Mm-hmm. Now eventually, if we do this right, as soon as she hears that door open and hears this, she goes over there on her own. So this will take a lot longer than we can do in this one particular video. But this motion is what we want. We want her doing the whole motion, not just standing here. If she's standing there, actually, eventually, that's what you will get. You'll come in the door and she just goes over there. That's wonderful. But when we practice this, again, we're doing it without anybody there. Mm-hmm. And we want to get to the point where when you open that door, she automatically goes there. Then we would give her the treat here. We toss it, or we just hand it to her when she goes there voluntarily, when she just hears the Hawaii, the command word without anything else. Now, we actually have people come here, and people are at the door. She's going to be excited, and her instinct is going to want to run here because she's conditioned to do that. So before you open the door, make sure you have the people who are coming to visit that are using this door Hawaii. Remember, if she goes there on her own, do reward the same way we did with the dog bed.
Okay.
But if we have company over, maybe ask them to come over, hey, can we bundle up? And try to do it with people that could actually stand outside for a minute or two.
Yeah.
So you go over here, and as you start walking towards the door, let's say I'm over in the kitchen, I see somebody, I start walking, she runs in front of me. As soon as she walks in front of me, I stop. She's already at the door. Then what I would do is go, Hawaii. But she might not want to do that. So if she doesn't, then you're not going to reward her by going to the door. You're just going to come back over here and pretend like you're cooking, move some stuff around, wait for her to come back behind you, and then walk towards the door again. And as soon as she walks in front of you, which is the leadership position, then you turn and walk away.
Okay.
So what you're teaching her eventually is if you move in front of me while I'm going to the door, that stops me from going to the door. But again, the whole purpose of this is just to teach her classical conditioning. She hears that. If you do it right, when she hears that sound, she's going to run over here. Oh, that couldn't have been much better than if I would have asked you exactly what I wanted to do. Well, this is Ruby, Hawaii, Ruby in Hawaii. And this is how you can use classical conditioning to condition your dog to move away from the door when they hear somebody at the door or the security door or the doorbell sound.